I do soccer boot camp in Key Biscayne, but it's not just playing soccer. It's actually a soccer coach that trains you as if you're going to the Soccer World Cup. So he trains you. Then we play for about minutes. That's at 7 in the morning. I finish at 8, and then I come home. That's 3 times a week. The other times, I just wake up, make myself some coffee. I love coffee. What about you? Are you coffee or tea?
I actually just started drinking coffee like 2 years ago. I hated it. Like, yeah, I actually call it, I put coffee in my creamer because I have so much creamer in mine. Because I still don't like the taste of coffee
Gotcha.
as much.
Yeah. I drink it with milk, and then nothing. The night before I write down some of the messages that I feel inspired to make, internal and external. So I use social media to make messages to my teams or to customers or to potential customers or even to investors. Obviously by going through some of the people that influence me, and on that topic, who would you say your top 3 influencers, people that have your mentor, top 3 mentors or people that influence your life?
Yeah. I would say like number 1 definitely is like my wife. Like the fact that like she believes in what I'm doing, like even though sometimes it's not very clear, and she might not understand that day or that week, but she's stuck with me. We've been together going on almost 10 years now. In December, we met in college. So I would say like without her like blessing, none of this would be possible, in the sense that like I want, I do this for our family. I don't do this for me or for, the riches. I do this because I love what I do every day, and just her. I would say number 2, my dad. I mean, like, I feel like, I didn't get to know my dad for a long time, but the little things that I know, and, my dad, so I play soccer too. I actually have a game tonight. I play in an adult league. It's like 5-on-5. It's too intense. Or it's too much running, and it's like intense for, my older. I'm not a young kid anymore, so I get tired a lot quicker and exhausted. But my dad was a huge soccer fan. I love soccer. It's my favorite sport. My dad went to 11 World Cups before he passed away, and I'm trying to surpass that. My dad, again, he's had multiple businesses. I still remember just like, growing up and going around, with him. He was involved in real estate. So, I would say my dad, even though like I didn't get to spend much time, like I get to kind of live through the things people tell me, or, what I know about him. So I would say number 2, and number 3 is definitely a toss up. I would say like, and I would have to say it's my grandma. Like my grandma, I don't even know. Cuban women are just crazy. And, my grandma, the one thing she's taught me is like,
let's I think we got cut off from your grandma.
Yeah, so my grandma, I would say, is probably the other person. My grandma, the one thing she's taught me is how to suffocate people with love, and she's just my grandma has been very independent her whole life. She is 76 now, and she's lived by herself. She never got remarried. She's just like she actually lives in Hialeah, little Cuba. Where all my family, pretty much my Cuban family, lives in.
You're gonna see her when you come down now?
Yeah, so I see her every single time I go down there. Yeah, I'll go over there. Y'all's like I think she lives on like 126 or 91st and 120. I don't know, somewhere around that. It wasn't that far from where the lab is. It's like 15 minutes from there. So she's close to the airport. I know that. But yeah, I'm that's something we're not always promised tomorrow, right? So like something that I do, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day, just call her, right? And just talk to her. I mean, like my grandma.
If you call the elderly people more, their lifespan actually grows longer. So
really,
always call your parents. Always be Yeah, just even a phone call per day will make them stay with us longer.
That's amazing. I read something yesterday that really punched me in the gut, and I'll kind of end it with this because you probably have to go, and I want to be courteous of your time. But so I was on LinkedIn, and I was looking for something, and I came across this post of like this entrepreneur that I follow, and he's very successful. He's a founder turned like VC now, and he basically said something along the lines like, so someone asked him how often he saw his parents or his family, and he's like about once a year, and then the person is like, well, how old are your parents? And he's like, I think he said 70. So he's like, you're gonna see your parents 15 more times. And that really just struck a chord with me. And I was just like, because my family lives in Houston, my wife and I's family lives, which is not that far from us, and we get to see them more than once. But then it makes you realize how no matter how busy you are, you should make time to, even if it's like, hey, what's up? How was your day? And that's something that I do. A text message. I do voice messages now. I found a happy medium between a phone call and text messaging. So now I just do voice messages because I hate typing and I don't like to be on the phone. So I just send voice messages saying, hey, good morning. I love you. I hope you have a great day. Except for my grandma, because she still has a flip phone. So she's super old school.
Listen, and we're going to wrap it up now. Where can people find you if they want to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So personally, me, I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, all of them. On all the social platforms, I'm at Javy D, and with 2 V's. And then if you are wanting to learn more about camp, you can follow us on all social platforms, LinkedIn, at Camp Events. And something I definitely want to talk to you about is I recently acquired a TV show, essentially. I was the executive producer for it for a while. It was a radio talk show for 15 years. The last 13 years, it was a TV show. It's been around for 29 years. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. It's a player talk show, and it's called Inside the Huddle. It's really cool, and I'm trying to turn it into like a media company now, because the founder basically, he was done with it when COVID happened, and like we haven't had an episode since 2018. I was itching to, I was like, it can't just die like that. The show's literally 2 months younger than I am. I was like, I have to do something about it. And, we're on YouTube on that, and it's really cool because like we tell a different story there. And that's probably the one project I'm focusing a lot on right now. We're pretty much, everyone knows the Cowboy players are professional athletes as like a professional athlete. And we're trying to tell the story of like who they are as a human being, right? Because they're just normal like you and I. Their lifestyle is a little bit different and more extreme. So Inside the Huddle, Cowboys Live. I'm looking forward. We're going to be using Streann, moving away from what we're doing. So I'm super excited to talk to Liam and the rest of your team about what, the best setup for us. It happens at the House of Blues here in Dallas. So yeah, that's we'll be launching in this fall. But yeah, Javy D. And let me know how I can be a resource to you, your community. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, Gio. Sorry, Leo. I try saying Liam and Gio at the same time. Gio, and thank you to Liam for all the time you spent.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be fun. Javy, this technology didn't exist 5-10 years ago. So just the fact that we can have a podcast, I'm on my mobile phone, you're in your house, Miami, Dallas. Mark is in the office, and he's being the director today. So just because of this technology exists now, we can do things like this and much more. So listen, thank you so much for being on the show. We'll be in touch, obviously, for sure. Looking forward to see you grow and to see your shows grow. And with that, goodbye from Miami.